Get started in a child's pose on our mat. Big toes come to touch, knees wide to the edge of your mat. Just begin to press your hips back, bringing your forehead down, letting your arms come long. Beginning to notice your breath here. Feeling your belly expand in between your thighs. If you're feeling any tightness, you can bring your knees a little closer together. Starting to lengthen your inhales and your exhales. And what's been on my mind lately a lot has been compassion. Having compassion for ourselves, for others. What does compassion mean to you? If you have an intention you'd like to use for today's class, begin to bring that to the forefront of your mind. Otherwise, I offer up the intention of having compassion for yourself. As you move through today's practice, acknowledging where you are today, knowing that whatever your practice may look like today is completely okay. We'll begin our class with 3 community breaths. Exhale out all the stale air in your belly, open mouth release. Deep full belly inhale. Open mouth, let it go. Deep inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Deep inhale. Sip in a little bit more air at the top and hold. Open mouth, exhale. Sealing the lips as you inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. Activating your Ujjayi pranayama, keeping a slight constriction in the back of your throat. Slowly pull yourself up into a tabletop position, stacking your shoulders over your wrists, hips over your knees. Right away, extending your right leg back behind you as if you're kicking the wall, keeping your right hip squared down, left leg extend out in front, as if you're shaking someone's hand. Finding balance here, pressing into the top of your left foot. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, knee to elbow, cat leg spine. Inhale to reach. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale to reach. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale to reach. Exhale, tabletop. Left leg extends back behind you, keeping your left hip squared down. Extending your right arm long. Take an inhale. Exhale, knee to elbow. Really round through your spine. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to tabletop. From your tabletop, inhale, drop the belly with the gaze, cow pose. Pull your heart forward. Exhale, chin to chest cat. Really round through your spine, gaze comes towards your navel. Inhale, cow, lengthen as you lift. Exhale, cat, press your mat away. Continue flowing this one breath to one movement, cat to cow. You can add in any extra movement here that feels good and natural to your body. You can take some hip circles, figure eights. Maybe you sway back and forth from child's pose to tabletop. Or if one area feels really good, you can hold there for a little bit longer. It's really allowing for natural movement in your body. Listen to what your body needs. You can Always take a wrist stretch here by bringing your fingertips back towards your knees. Swaying forward and back. If you took the wrist stretch, be sure to roll out your wrists a little bit before you get moving. And take one more round of cat and cow. From your tabletop, hands come one palm forward and lift up into your first downward facing dog. Pedaling out your dog, lifting one heel and then the next. Allowing your hamstrings, your calves to warm up. And find stillness. Really pressing into your fingertips, reaching your hips up nice and high. Heels don't need to touch your mat, but actively reaching. Breathing. Take an inhale. Use your exhale to walk your feet to your hands. Meeting in a right dog. Hands become the opposite elbows. Maybe gently sway side to side. Regardless of where you are, keep a nice generous bend in your knees, allowing your chest to connect to your thighs. Curve your head, pulling you down towards the earth. Always an option to interlace your hands back behind you, opening up through the heart, through the chest. Shaking your head yes and no to release any remaining tension left. And wherever you are, bringing your hands down to your mat. Slowly, one vertebra at a time, rise to stand. Meeting in mountain pose. Head is the last thing to rise to Tadasana. Reach up nice and tall with all fingers. Exhale, hands at heart center, Samastiti. Inhale, arms rise to Tadasana. Interlace your fingers. Pointer finger and thumb extend for steeple grip. Inhale to reach tall. And exhale, bending over to the right. Still pressing into the outer edge of your left foot. Pulling your left shoulder back towards your ear. Seeing if you can lengthen a little bit further. Inhale back through center. And exhale over to the left. Pull your right shoulder back as you press into the outer edge of your right foot. Reaching through your fingertips. Seeing if you can extend out a little bit further. Inhale back through center. Exhale, reverse slow down, down forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine, hands come to something. Exhale, step back to plank. Holding here, option to drop down to your knees. Really pressing through your palms, letting the space in between your shoulder blades spread out. Press your heels back. Keep pressing through your pointer finger and your thumb, finding length through your spine. And as slowly as you can, lower all the way down to your belly. Keep your elbows tucked into your ribcage. Imagine as if they're glued there. Untuck your toes once you land. Inhale to baby cobra. Lift your heart, lift your chest. Little to no weight in your palms. Really active legs here, so active that maybe your kneecaps lift. Pull your elbows back. Slowly lower down. Coming into a Sphinx pose. Elbows are underneath your shoulders. Really pressing your palms and your forearms into your mat. Pull your heart forward. Toenails pressing down. Continue to press through your forearms so much that maybe your lower belly comes off your mat. Bending into your right knee, right hand reaches back. You can reach for your foot or for your ankle. Once you make the connection, really press down through your left forearm. Still pulling your heart forward. Continuous steady breaths. Slowly release your grip. Bending into your left knee, left hand reaches back, making the connection to foot or ankle. If you're having connection here, you can always use a strap. Really press down into your right forearm, press back through your left foot, heart pulling forward. Slowly release down. Bring your chin all the way to your mat. Inhale, baby cobra, lift your heart, lift your chest. Lower down, press up through high plank, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees, gaze forward, exhale, travel top of mat. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, fold chest to thighs. Inhale, arms rise to Tadasana, reach tall. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, Tadasana, reach tall. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to plank. Option to drop to your knees here. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower halfway lift. Chaturanga, elbows tucked into your ribs. Upward facing dog. Pull your heart forward. Back, pulling to the back of the room. Only your palms, the tops of your feet are touching your mat. Down dog. Inhale, bend your knees, gaze forward, exhale, travel. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale to fold. Inhale, arms rise to Tadasana. Exhale, hands to heart. Last one. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to plank and flow through Vinyasa. Option to skip Vinyasas at any point and just come to a downward facing dog. From your down dog, inhale, right leg comes high. Open up your hip on this side. So if you want to roll out through your hip, maybe your ankle, anything that feels good. Coming back to a three-legged dog, square your right hip down. Equal weight in both hands, take an inhale. Exhale, right knee, right elbow, shift forward. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale to lizard. Right foot steps to the outside of your right hand. You can stay in an active lizard here by keeping your left knee lifted, or you can drop your knee down. We will be here for a few rounds of breath. Always an option to bring a block underneath your hands or down to your forearms. Really allowing your right hip to open up. If you're feeling open and warm, you can always come to the outer edge of your right foot. Maybe bring your forearms down to your mat. Breathing, relax into this pose, allowing for natural expansion in your body. If you're not in an active lizard already, come back by tucking your left toes underneath as you lift your left knee off your mat. Low lunge, right foot, heel toes in between your hands. Coming into a runner's lunge. Dropping your hips, lifting your heart. Breathing here, still pressing your left heel to the back of the room. Take an inhale. Exhale, straighten and fold. You can always bring your hands to blocks here, trying to keep your spine nice and long. Option to reach your right toes up towards your nose if you're looking for more of a hamstring opening. Inhale to lean forward, runner's lunge. Exhale, straighten and fold. Inhale to runner's lunge, drop your hips, lift your heart. Exhale, straighten and fold. Inhale, lean forward, runner's lunge. Preparing for warrior one. Back foot comes to a 45-degree angle. Inhale to rise up, warrior one. Take a couple bends in and out of your front knee. If this is uncomfortable for your hips, you can bring your right foot further to the edge of your mat. Squaring your shoulders, hips to follow. Reaching up nice and tall. Take an inhale. Exhale, step forward to chair pose. Left foot meets your right. Lower your hips down, keep your heart lifted. You can always draw your hands to heart center. Continue to breathe, finding length through your spine. Weight is in your heels. See if you can drop your hips a little bit lower. Take an inhale to lean forward. Exhale, twist to the right. Left elbow comes to the outside of your right knee. Trying to draw your thumbs to heart center. Sitting back like you're in a chair. Gaze can come forward or up over your right shoulder. Try to keep your kneecaps in line here. You might need to come out of the twist a little bit, and that's okay. Slowly come back to a chair pose, unraveling yourself. Take an inhale. Exhale, standing splits. Left leg comes up. You can bring your hands to a block or down to frame your right foot. Let your head and neck be heavy here. And standing out, straighten through your back like you're in a halfway lift. Take an inhale. Exhale to Shiva squats. Left knee comes behind your right kneecap, bringing your left foot to the outer edge of your right side of your mat. Inhale, standing out, lengthen through your back and your left leg. Exhale, Shiva squats, bending into your right knee. Left foot comes down. Inhale, standing out. Exhale to Shiva squat, holding here. Maybe you test your balance by bringing your palms to heart center. Still keeping the length through your spine. Standing splits, hands frame your right foot, head and neck are heavy. Drawing the crown of your head down towards the earth. Left foot steps back to low lunge. Take an inhale. Exhale, step back to plank and flow through Vinyasa. Inhale, left leg comes high, open up your hip on this side. Take movement, rolling out through your left hip, maybe through your left ankle. And then come back to a three-legged down dog, squaring your left hip down, take an inhale. Exhale, left knee, left elbow, shift forward. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale to lizard. Left foot comes to the outside of your left hand. Once again, option to stay lifted or drop your right knee down. Pulling your heart forward, trying to create length through your spine. Using blocks as needed. Option to come onto the outer edge of your left foot if you're feeling warm and feeling open. Sending breath into your left hip. If you're not in an active lizard already, come back by tucking your right toes underneath, lifting your kneecap off your mat. Low lunge, left foot, heel toes in between your hands. Runner's lunge, drop your hips and lift your heart. Exhale, straighten and fold. You can bring your hands to blocks here. Option to draw your left toes up towards the ceiling for more of that hamstring and calf opening. Trying to keep your spine nice and long. Inhale to runner's lunge. Drop your hips, lift your heart. Exhale, straighten and fold. Inhale to runner's lunge. Exhale, straighten and fold. Inhale to runner's lunge. Preparing for warrior one. Back foot comes to a 45-degree angle. Slowly inhale to rise, warrior one. Adjusting your hips as needed here. Maybe taking your left foot further to the edge of your mat a little bit. And squaring your hips, shoulders to the front of the room. Reaching through your fingertips, creating length. Take an inhale. Exhale, step forward to chair pose. Right foot meets your left. Lower down right away. Trying to keep your biceps next to your ears. Lowering through your heels, drawing your tailbone down closer to the earth. Hands come to heart center. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale, twist to the left. Right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Try to draw your thumbs to heart center. You can look over your left shoulder or just to the left. Using your inhales to lengthen through your spine and your exhales to twist a little bit deeper. See if you can lower your tailbone just a little bit more, like you're sitting in a chair. Slowly come back to a chair pose. Keep your hips nice and low. Reach your hands up nice and tall. Standing splits. Right foot comes off your mat. Head and neck are heavy. Drawing the crown of your head down to the earth. And take a standing out. Lengthening through your spine. Reaching back with your right toes. Shiva squats. Bend into your left knee. Right knee comes behind your left. Right toes come to the outer edge of your left mat. Inhale, standing up. Exhale to Shiva squats, bending into your left knee. Inhale, standing up. Exhale to Shiva squats, holding here. If you want to try to test your balance, maybe you bring one hand or both hands off the ground, drawing them to your heart center. Slowly come back to standing splits. Take an inhale. Exhale, step back to low lunge. Left foot meets your right for plank and flow through Vinyasa. And coming down to your knees for just a moment. Reconnecting to your intention, what brought you to today's class. Reconnecting to your breath. We're going to flow through that version, one breath to one movement, but a little bit different. Meeting in a downward facing dog. Take a full deep belly inhale. Open mouth, let it go. Inhale, right leg comes high, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale to rise, warrior one. Exhale to airplane arms, crown of your head reaches forward, pinkies reach back towards one another. Inhale to reach tall, warrior one. Exhale, step forward to chair. Lower your hips down, lift your heart. Inhale, reach tall Tadasana. Exhale, power chair, pull your hips back. Chest and thighs come almost parallel to your mat. Reaching forward, imagine as if somebody's holding you up. Inhale, Tadasana, reach tall. Exhale to chair, hands come to heart center. Inhale to lean forward. Exhale, twist to the right. Left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Inhale, come back to chair pose. Exhale, standing splits. Right leg comes up nice and high. Taking two Shiva squats. Exhale to Shiva squat. Inhale, standing out. Exhale to Shiva squat. Exhale, standing out. Step back to low lunge, take an inhale. Exhale, step back to plank and flow through a vinyasa. Taking that on the left side, inhale, left leg comes high. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale to rise, warrior one. Exhale, airplane arms, crown of your head comes forward, pinkies reaching back. Inhale to warrior one. Step forward to chair pose. Take an inhale. Exhale, power chair. Inhale to asana. Exhale to chair. Hands come to heart center. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale, twist to the left. Coming back to chair pose. Standing splits. Left foot reaches up nice and tall. 2 rounds of Shiva squats. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, Shiva squat. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, Shiva squat. Inhale to lengthen. Step back to low lunge. Right foot meets your left for plank pose and flow through Vinyasa. Inhale, come forward to high plank. Lower down to forearm plank. You can always bring your hands to a triangle, otherwise keeping your hands in a number 11. Really press your heels to the back of the room, keeping your low belly drawing up and in. Breathe. Take an inhale. Use your exhale to walk into dolphin. Feet walk up towards your elbows, crown of your head reaching down. Pull your hips up towards the sky. Pressing your mat away through your forearms. Slowly walk out to a forearm plank. Opening up to forearm side plank. Ground through your left forearm, coming to the outer edge of your left foot. Reaching your right hand high. Gazing up towards the ceiling. Come to a forearm plank and press up to high plank. 3-legged dog, right leg rises. Exhale to low lunge. Inhale to rise, crescent warrior. Both toes pointing forward, back heel stays lifted. Drawing your biceps next to your ears. Open up, warrior 2. Bending in and out of your front knee a few times. And then reaching strong in all directions. Inhale with your front palm. Reverse your warrior. Reaching up and back. Still pressing your right knee to the front of the ground. Exhale to low lunge. Hands frame the right foot. Take an inhale here. Exhale, step back to plank and flow through Vinyasa. Taking that on the other side, inhale to come forward, high plank. Forearm plank, lowering down to your forearms, pressing your heels to the back of the room. Option to bring your palms together. Take an inhale here. Exhale, walk up into dolphin. You can stay here, or you can take dolphin push-ups. Inhale to draw your nose in between your thumbs. Exhale to press back. Inhale to come forward. Exhale, press back. 2 more. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, press back. Last one. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, press back. Walking out to a plank. Forearm plank and forearm side plank. Grounding to your right foot, and then your right forearm. Reach your left arm tall. Pull your hips up and breathe. Coming back to a forearm plank. Press up to high plank, 3-legged dog. Left leg rises. Take an inhale. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale to rise up, crescent warrior. Bending in and out of your front knee. Then reach your hands nice and tall. Holding your biceps next to your ears. Open up, warrior 2. Taking some movement. And then finding stillness. Inhale, flip your front palm, reverse your warrior, reaching up and back. Exhale, low lunge. Hands from your left foot. Step back to plank and flow through Vinyasa. Taking a version of that flow, one breath to one movement, more or less. Inhale, come forward to high plank, lower down to forearm plank. Take an inhale, exhale, press up, high plank, downward facing dog. Right leg rises, three-legged dog. Exhale, low lunge. Rising up, crescent warrior, open up, warrior two. Inhale to reverse. Exhale, warrior two. Straighten through your front leg, triangle pose. Left hip pulls back as you reach your right arm forward. Bringing your right hand closer down to the earth. You can always use a block underneath your right hand. Lengthening through your left fingertips. From your triangle pose, moving into Skandasana. Bending into your right knee. Left toes pointing up towards the ceiling. You can use blocks underneath your hands, or you can draw your thumbs to heart center. Really pressing through your right foot, allowing your hips to open. Trying to create one straight line through your spine, reaching the crown of your head up towards the earth. Moving into reverse triangle, left foot grounds down to the earth, straightening up through your right leg and reach back with your right hand. Exhale, low lunge, both toes point forward, back heel stays lifted. Step back to plank and flow through Vinyasa. Finishing that out on the left side. Inhale, come forward to high plank. Lower down to your forearms. Press through your forearms. High plank. Downward facing dog. Three-legged dog, left leg rises. Exhale to low lunge. Inhale, rising up, crescent warrior. Open up, warrior two. Inhale to reverse. Warrior two. Triangle pose, straighten through your left leg. Pull your right hip back as you reach your left fingertips forward and lower down. Really opening up through your heart, through your chest, and squaring your hips off. Reaching through your right fingertips. Skandasana, bend into your left knee. Right toes reach up towards the ceiling. You may need to bring your hands down to the earth or to a block, or drawing your hands to heart center. Continue to breathe here. See if you can press through your feet a little bit more to open through your hips. Pulling the crown of your head further up towards the ceiling, creating the length through your spine. Reverse triangle, right foot plants, reaching through your left hand and up to the back of the room. Cartwheel your hands down for a low lunge. Take an inhale, step back to plank and flow through Vinyasa. Taking a full deep belly inhale. Open mouth, let it go. Inhale, bend your knees, gaze forward. Exhale, triangle top of mat. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale to fold. Inhale to chair pose right away. Drawing your right knee into your chest, four-legged Tadasana. Keep your right foot flexed. Take an inhale to reach tall. Exhale, open our twist. Right arm sweeps to the back of the room. Maybe bringing your left hand to the outer edge of your right knee. See if you can gaze towards your right thumb. Slowly come back to your one-legged Tadasana. Take an inhale. Exhale, step back to crescent. Inhale here. Exhale, left arm sweeps back for a twist. Softening through your left shoulder, reaching through your right fingertips. Take an inhale. Exhale, right hand comes to your mat for revolved half moon. Great place to use a block. Your hips should be lined up where they are already. Bringing your right hand to the mat and then opening up through your left shoulder. Keeping your right foot flexed to keep your hips in line. Standing splits, both hands come down just for a moment, head and neck are heavy. Returning to a one-legged Tadasana, draw your right knee into your chest. Coming into tree pose. This right sole of your foot connects to your calf. Maybe the kickstand's on the ground or into your inner thigh. Rooting through your left foot and maybe allowing your branches to grow and expand. Taking any movement through your hands that feel good. Maybe you swing your branches side to side. Or try closing your eyes. Testing your balance. Slowly return to a one-legged Tadasana. Draw your right knee into your chest. Step back to crescent warrior. Take an inhale. Exhale, hands from your left foot. Step back to plank and flow through vinyasa. Inhale, bend your knees, gaze forward. Exhale, travel, jump, step, or float. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, fold chest to thighs. Inhale to rise, chair pose. Lower down through your hips, reach up through your fingertips. One-legged Tadasana, draw your left knee into your chest. Flex through your foot. Take an inhale to lengthen. Exhale, twist to the left. Bringing your left hand to the back of the room. Right hand can come to the outer edge of your left knee. Taking a nice spinal stretch. Slowly come back to your one-legged Tadasana. Reach up nice and tall. Left foot steps back, crescent warrior. Take an inhale. Exhale, right arm sweeps to the back of the room. Softening through your right shoulder, reaching through your left fingertips. Revolved half moon. Left hand comes down to your mat or to a block, keeping your hips exactly where they are. Left toes come off your mat as you open your chest to the right. The goal of this pose is more of a heart and chest and back opening, so no need to worry where your hips are. Seeing if you can open a little bit further. Standing splits. Both hands come down to your mat just for a moment, reaching the crown of your head down. One-legged Tadasana, bending into your right knee, left knee comes into your chest. Tree pose. Sealing the sole of your left foot to your calf, to your ankle. Kickstanding it on the ground. Maybe try something different here. Maybe you do close your eyes this time. Maybe your hands come up above you. Really rooting through your right foot. And expanding. Slowly come back to a one-legged Tadasana. Step back to crescent. Inhaling here. Exhale, hands from your right foot. Step back to plank and flow through your last vinyasa. We will be meeting on our backs. So if you want to come to a tabletop position, spin your heels around to the front of your mat, and slowly lower down. We'll take one round of back bends here, taking bridge. So if you want to take supportive, bring your block with you. You can slide it underneath your lower back. From your bridge, draw your heels in towards your glutes as close as you can, seeing if you can touch your heels with your fingertips. Pressing down through your heels, reach your hips up nice and high. Pressing through your upper arms and your shoulders. If you want to take full wheel, you can take that now. You can always slide a block underneath your lower back here for supported bridge. Wherever you are, press through your heels a little bit more, see if you can pull your hips up closer to the sky. Maybe you roll your shoulders underneath and palms connect underneath you. Slowly release one vertebra at a time down to your mat, giving your spine a moment to neutralize and reset. And take some windshield wiper side to side, left to right. We'll take a supine half pigeon. So crossing your left ankle over your right knee. And then drawing your hands, interlacing them behind your right thigh. Flexing through both feet to get some resistance. If you want more of a hamstring opening, you can straighten through your right leg, maybe reach for your right calf. Slowly bring your right heel down to your mat, uncross your legs. Right ankle crosses over your left knee, reaching back behind your left leg. Flexing through both feet, still pressing your shoulders and your back into your mat. Really press your right knee forward. If you want that hamstring stretch, you can straighten for your left leg, reaching for your left calf. Releasing any tension you're still holding in your body. Slowly bring your left heel down to your mat and cross your legs. Allow your legs to fall to the left for a gentle supine twist. Knees stacking on top of one another. Arms can come out to a tier, both post arms. Option to bring your left hand to the outside of your right knee, gazing up towards the ceiling or over your right shoulder. Drawing your legs back through center and over to the right. Arm option of your choice, and gazing where it's comfortable. Trying to connect both shoulders to your mat. Maybe taking some open mouth exhales to release some heat. Drawing your legs back through center and bring yourself into a happy baby. Hands can come to the insides of your feet, maybe the outsides. If this isn't feeling good in your hips, you can always bring your hands behind your knees. You can sway gently side to side, maybe extending one leg out long, and then the other. Finding some final movement here. Maybe extend both legs long. And then draw both knees into your chest. Give yourself one last tight squeeze. Take a deep inhale. Exhale to release Shavasana. Letting your feet fall open, palms face up towards the ceiling. Give your jaw a nice wiggle and release the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Taking these last few moments to completely reset. Starting to bring some awareness back into your breath. And inviting some small movements back into your body. Starting with the fingers, toes, wrists and ankles. And eventually finding a full body stretch, really pointing through your toes, reaching through your fingertips. You can wrap your head side to side. And you can stay here for a brief moment or come into a fetal position to either side. Taking this moment to thank yourself for showing up onto your mat today, dedicating time to yourself, to your practice. Allowing yourself to reconnect. Slowly press yourself up into a seated position at the top of your mat, keeping your eyes gently closed. Palms coming to heart center, Anjali Mudra. Ending our practice with one final breath together. Exhale out all the stale air in your belly, open mouth release. Deep, full belly inhale, deepest inhale of your day. Open mouth, let it go. Option to draw your thumbs to your third eye center. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with myself and all the other yogis that have joined us. The light in me honors the light inside of each and every one of you. Namaste.